Hey, do you know you can create components in Webflow and reuse them again and again whenever you need in your website project, right? So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create a component, how you can use buttons, images inside that, and how you can create properties of that component so that your marketing guy or someone who don't know Webflow, right? They can easily update the content without any issues, right? So let's dive into the video. Okay, so to create component, you need nothing, right? It's just simple. So let's say, for example, I have uh, a layout here. Let's say, let me just give some spacing, padding to this layout here to make it look perfect. Okay, so I want to create a card, which card I can reuse, right, throughout my website. And I just make one change at the card that affects to every other cards wherever I have used the instances of that particular card. So to create a card, I would start with a div block, right? And to this div block, inside that I want to add a heading, I want to add a paragraph, and then I want to add a button here, right, in this one. So let's say this is my card now. And for example, let's use an image also, right? Here I want to use an image which I can use it for, let's say, block cards or anything which I want. For this heading, I want to make it like three or two, let's say three, heading three, right? So here I have this card, so I'm not going into the styling stuff, but I just want to show you how you can create particular cards. So let me just make some changes for this border. I want this border to be like lighter, and this to be like 8, and here I want this card to have 24 pixels of paddings from all around of it. So now I have my card ready here, right? Before that, let's change this to this one, right? So this is my card now, right? And I think 24, let's make it 40, right? So this is my card. I want to convert this card into a component which I can reuse and easily update the content. All right, so here I have this card. Let's call it uh, a block card, right? And then you have, if you look at here on the right hand side of your style panel at the top right, you see this create component, or else from here, if you click on right click here and you can just create a component, you can give it a name like block card, right? You can create the groups. I don't know to create groups, but here just simple, I have this card now. So when you have a component, then that component color is green, right? This is my component and it's green. So here I don't have any properties here. If you look at here in this component, I don't have any properties. But if I go here and click on this one image, right, I can create a property, create a new property called image. That's it. The default is that one. I don't want to change that. So let's create a property for that. Let's create a heading property also, right? So they can change the tag, right, h2 h1 and the text of that particular heading we have, right? And then we have this paragraph. We can also create a new property for this paragraph. Just give it a moment. Okay, now as you can see, I have that text, and then we have buttons. So inside the buttons we can have a link. Okay, now we have a link. We can use that link, and also the label text, uh, label, or let's say button label, right? So I'm not going deep into these things, but it's fine if you want the tooltip. Let's say if someone hovers on this button, what do you want to say, right? Therefore tooltips also you can create. So that's your button that we created, and this is how you can create these properties for this component, right? So for example, if I'm here right outside of that component, I don't need to go and change the component. Let's see if I have two components here. If I just change the content of this choose image, so from here I can choose any of the image. For example, let me take one of the image from my files. So I have this file, for example, right? So I can use this as an image, but as you can see, it's not affecting this one because it's a component, right? So it's not going to affect that part. So here I want to change the heading, this heading I want to make that heading to h2, or let's say h4, h3, right, based on your requirements, right? Make sure you follow the proper html semantic structure when you are building a website, right? uh Blog card title, right? And then we have the your blog except goes here, and then you have link for, let's say, if you want the to link anything like the files, phone number, emails, or anything new type, this one defaults, right? Then you have button text, uh let's say read more, right? That's your button. So what you can do, you can create component of a button also, right? With you can change colors and you can do so many things with your buttons also, right? So here I'm not going to do anything, but this is how you can create the components of your particular items and instances. If you want to see the components, you can go here on the left hand side panels. You can see your components and it shows you two instances, right? Where on this page block cards we have two components. If you had it on a different page, it would have shown you that as well, right? So this is how you can create the components in Webflow. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something that you can implement to your next Webflow projects. If you want to learn more, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos that whenever I upload a new video, you get in your inbox. Until next time, happy creating.